Test, test, test. Test, test.
Yo, man, you swinging through for those Amy fights? Good, man. We'll see you soon. All right, bye. Nice, yeah, Cody's parking.
All right, let's do it right here.
You want to stand here?
Yeah.
So you're just going to recover the whole thing?
Yeah, I'll just like, yeah.
Perfect, okay. Yeah, they haven't started yet. Gear up, shouldn't do with us. That's okay. Oh, here, you can do this shirt off.
What have time to go piss?
Hey, Diego. We can do it where I'll read this and I'll say welcome in, and then you can put us on cam when you hear that. But you got to give me the green light. Tell me when to go. What's up, Cody? How you doing, man? Thanks, Alex. Test, 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 test.
So, hey, we're not going to say anything. We're just going to stand here and be handsome. He's just going to cover the whole thing. Real, real.
Fight fans, welcome to 2023 with Fury FC. Mics. Yeah, hold mics on. Oh, mic check, on?
Mic check.
Mic check, check, check,
Oh, we
check,
can't
check.
hear you.
No, we're not.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Are we hot?
We can't hear anything in
Check,
our
check,
head.
check, check.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. Let's test. Okay.
Check.
Is it the volume?
There we go.
Yeah, now we can hear.
Check, 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 check.
All right. All right, Fight fans, sorry about that delay. We are live, and sometimes live TV, you get a little bit of delay. So welcome into 2023 here at Fury FC. It was a huge 2022, and we're starting things off right with Fury Challenger Series 2. But first, we've got Fury Amateur Series 41, and we have a title fight on the line when Lee Charles and Jake Christensen will throw down for the Fury FC welterweight title. So let's get things going, and I'm Rahil Ramsnali, joined by Alex Morono, UFC veteran, and the Texas Zombie, Cody Owens. We've got a great prelims card for you. Then we go on to the UFC Fight Pass Facebook page for Fury Challenger Series 2. So let's get things going. We've got a stacked card. It's going to be 12 fights, amateur rules. Gentlemen, are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm ready. Let's see if Wayne is ready. We'll get this going here in just a few minutes.
Get a chair behind you. Rahil, we have an amateur title fight. It'll be our, main event of the prelims. Lee Charles, a guy with one punch knockout power at 185, dropped a weight class down to 170, and he's fighting a really crafty grappler. But I'm really curious to see how his knockout power is gonna, even increase a weight class down. I'm really excited for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pumped for that one. Lee Charles, as you mentioned, man, he can end a fight anytime, and his power is. Of course, there's power, but there's crisp power. Like, it's always on target. It's so much fun to watch him
Very
go.
precise, exactly.
Yeah.
That O has got to go for one of these gentlemen. They both coming in with an undefeated record, so we'll see who's going to lead tonight with that still intact.
And I was talking to Lee. He was kind of giving me a hard time because I had mentioned how he's not like a super ripped jack fighter. But the fact that he has this knockout power and he doesn't have like crazy bulging muscles, much like myself, is really impressive. That man just got some dense bones and he's just made to crack.
So for those of you that are watching, we are streaming live. We had a little technical difficulty to start, but just to let everyone know what's happening, we're waiting for the final few meetings here with the commission. Fighters need to go in the back. Because we had a change of time on this event, things are kind of up in the air, but we will be starting here in a few minutes.
I think I heard we were waiting on an ambulance to arrive as well.
The ambulance is always important.
Fighter safety of utmost importance. We want to make sure just in the event that something dramatic happens in the first round, we do have ambulance on standby. So I believe we are currently waiting for them. They are en route.
All right, perfect. So that shouldn't take too long. You're an ambulance, right?
Right, exactly. You should be here quick.
What's crazy is last time we were at a Fury Amateur show, that Nathan Uriostegui, who is fighting tonight, he had to get taken out in the ambulance from a low blow.
Yeah, it was
his cup had been compromised, and it did some damage to the main parts. And man, it was a weird one. But
I remember calling those with you. There was a night of multiple low blows, and that was the most crucial one.
Yeah, it was a weird one for sure. And then man, Arlton Audrey, he wanted to drop down to 145. He's our Fury Amateur 55 champ. and wanted to drop down to featherweight. Easily was going to make the weight, but his opponent had actually asked for this fight to go up a weight class. And Alton Ardren, he fights at such an insane pace. I love watching these fights.
One of the fighters I have circled to watch tonight. There's so many good amateurs. We also have our female strawweight bout, Audrey Cobb against Sandy Jerez. Sandy, for Houston MMA fans and grappling fans, she competes at Submission Hunter as well. So she's been on the scene for a while. Audrey Cobb making her 4th amateur fight for Fury. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see those women throw down because it is going to be a battle, and they both push forward.
They're going to bring it, absolutely. I love to see the smaller ladies get in there and really get after it. They bring and they push the pace, so that's going to be a very exciting one to watch.
Yep. So our commission medic is here. The ambulance should be getting here in a second, so we'll get things going then. Until then, we'll have the stream up. This is going to be the official stream. We're going to mute our mics for just a little bit, and then we'll get back on and preview some more fights. We also have Fury Challenger Series 2 on the UFC Fight Pass Facebook and YouTube pages, so you can watch that for free, completely free today for our first event of 2023. So we'll be right back. Keep the stream up. All of our YouTube fans, Facebook fans, will be starting here in just a couple of minutes.
Mike.
Whatever happened, I don't know. If my deal is It's funny that Solomon off now, he's like a striker. And everyone's just taking that as something. Alvarez are also kind of a striker.
Yeah.
I can see
It's a banger, yeah.
Finally, yeah. That's actually kind of a decent matchup.
Funny story about the Xavier guy. So his last fight in this weight, right? He came to one of our local mats, and he came and confronted me about what I said in commentary. Not like hostile. We did. He came to our local mat gym to roll, and he came up and he was like, "Hey man, I got a bone to pick with you about the commentary." I was like, "What'd I say? You know, I'm over to it." I said, "What'd I say?" He goes, "You know, I took that fight on short notice and stuff. That's why I do it." I said, "Okay, that's understandable." I said, "You know, moving forward in the future, that is something to focus on." Here he is again asking to get bumped up. This is him. Who is Saul? No, this guy. Oh, the guy. Yeah, he said that on the commentary, I was going to see Saul. And I was like, if you want to get the flow, things that I work on is making the way we have to do the job. He was like, he explained it to me. I was like, okay, well, I'm looking forward to your next fight, see how well you do, blah, blah, blah. And here he is, bumping to the fight a lot. And he's letting bump it up the way. But we got to get that change. I didn't want to say anything on my broadcast exactly about that, but I figured y'all get kicked out of that. Get that thing inside. We came to our gym and trained. He told me about that. No, he was wrong with somebody.
Yeah, my boy Joe's fighting one of his teammates.
Wow. Yeah, I'm like the old Lion. I get to pick and choose, but I accept almost everybody that asks me to roll, but you can tell that there's some people that won't ask me. Very good, you'll leave me alone. I don't need your little wiry purple belts wrapping me up. This is open back, bro. This is not world.
They've been standing there for like 30 minutes, dog. What the fuck? I would be mad as shit right now.
Waiting to walk out, to go fight, yeah. After you done hit pads and got warmed up, motherfucker got no more time. I didn't even realize that until I saw the light. Bro, I have my shit on all the time. I bet my neighbors think I'm fucking
I'm glad, like, I'm at home, right, most of the day, like, doing my shit. I had a muscle hammer, I got the foam roller, I got the lacrosse ball.
Got you.
Like, I just be
I'm at work eating on the machine and shit. My boss would come around, he's like, you trying to move it or what? I'm like, nah, I'm just letting this muscle out, boss.
Dude, I would be in so much pain without this stuff. Oh, dude. I never thought about it. It's so rough.
The older you get, recovery is way more important than anything
And
else.
I just, so that whole, I didn't hit this till like the past few years. Recovery was never in my mind because I would just wake up and be cool. Ow.
I started focusing a lot on preventative leading up as well. I used to get hurt and then do something about it. Now I'm like, how do I stop from getting hurt?
That right there. It is so important.
Oh yeah. All that resistance man shit, all that.
Oh, I got
those motherfuckers doing all that. That's what brought my shoulder. I got torn labrum right now. That's what brought my shoulder back. All that little on the doorway, 1,000 of these motherfuckers every day. Yeah.
I don't mess. I was getting a lot of sleep every day, every night, every day. I sleep a
You
lot.
are good, yeah. You got that good shit over room and stuff too. Still like that? No? Well, I know, but I know you always like it like that. You didn't set it up for you liked it up.
I couldn't find anything ever. I had a room, I painted it black. Ceiling, walls,
It was like curtains.
black.
You don't know what
I
day
can sleep. I can
time.
sleep well, but I like an open, spacious,
space is not like that.
setting now.
If I don't get 8 hours, man, I'm done.
Yeah, I try to get as many as I can. I think today I got that wood and shit. I think today is one of my better recoveries that I've had in a very long time. I survived on almost 8 hours of sleep. I would have been early. I was like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna do that. They were all.
Emmy's about to pull up.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
cool. It's here, so minutes here. Okay. Awesome.
We put our youngest one in over.
Good afternoon, fight fans, and welcome to Escapade at Imagine Venues for the first of a doubleheader here at UFC today. Fury Amateur Series 41 first, and then later this afternoon we go live with Fury Challenger Series 2. Are you ready? Please welcome to the blue corner for your opening contest, Luke Barton.
All right, fight fans. Sorry about that long delay. We had some issues with the ambulance, but we are here.
We're
once
for real.
again. Yeah, we're for real starting this. You see Luke Barton making his way out to make his Fury Amateur debut here at Fury Amateur Series 41. And I'm Raheel Ramsonali, joined by the Texas Zombie Cody Owens, Alex Morono, UFC veteran. And we've got a lot of fights for you, 10 on this undercard. And then we move over to the UFC Fight Pass Facebook page for Fury Challenger Series 2. So 2 events, 1 day, 3 guys on the call. Luke Barton making his way out, trains with Preston Collins, making his debut. 130 catch weight for this fight, by the way. So he's going to be taking on a guy that we're a little familiar with. We'll talk about Gage Harper in a second. First time out, first fighter out. Man, the nerves must be
Absolutely. I was
wrecked right now.
just thinking about that. Being the guy making your debut, the first fight of the night, kind of setting the tone. Got to be nerve-wracking.
Please welcome to the red corner, Gage Harper.
Gage Harper, 5th time as an amateur, making his way here, making his way inside the cage for Fury FC. Gage Harper is an interesting character as you see him walking out. Has a sombrero, has the shades, training out of Next Level. You just see him. He is a vibe. That's what I call him. Gage is riding a 2-fight win streak, gentlemen. Last time we saw him, last 2 fights he's won by decision. We just saw him earlier, last quarter in 2022. He's a really interesting guy, really has worked on his wrestling and striking. He's also trying to add some weight, really focusing on lifting as well. And I've talked about this before. He's a guy that he just fights for his dad, who he lost last year, passed away. He's also in college right now to become a teacher. So he's trying to balance that college, that work, and also training. So Can't help but root for this kid. He is a character, though.
Absolutely, got a busy lifestyle, you know, but if there's a will, there's a way, and you see a lot of these young kids, they have jobs, they have school, and yet they still find the time to get the training in to come out here and be successful in the cage.
All right, so both guys are in there. Let's get our official introductions. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest brought to you by OnlyFans is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series at a catch weight of 130 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in officially at 130.6 pounds. Representing Texoma BJJ and fighting out of Graham, Texas, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Luke Barton! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 129.2 pounds. Representing next level and fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, 2 losses, presenting the menace, Gage Harper! Your referee in charge of the action, Patrick Patman.
All right, first fight, and just to add a little bit more drama, these two fighters have been waiting for about 25 minutes, just waiting to get in there, so wonder how that plays a role in all of this, Cody?
Yeah, I think it just depends on the fighter. You could be either freaked out by the situation or you could be locked in. And you see Barton coming out, big kick to begin, looks like he was ready for the moment.
My favorite aspect of this fight is their age, 20 versus 18.
Both young guys.
These guys are going to fight at a pace the entire fight. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you see Harper already with the double unders, getting him stuck against the cage there, looking to probably get a trip and maybe get him down to the ground.
And Luke came out with some big kicks. Gage just trying to negate some of that offense right now, regroup maybe. By the way, 3-minute rounds, all amateur fights on this undercard, of course, it being Fury Amateur Series 41. Big slam there from Gage Harper.
Yeah, big lateral drop there from Barton, but Harper able to use it against him, get the big single leg, high crotch, get the dump. Both fighters back to their feet now.
Barton did a good job, recovering guard and kicking him off. Now Barton is using a lot of energy in everything he does.
Big right hand rocks Harper.
Oh, these are good shots.
Harper trying to wrestle up here, see if he can end up in a situation on top, and he does for now.
I'm assuming Barton's got a decent guard, just the way he's been able to recover. Looking for arm bars or triangles.
Got to watch the up kicks here, does Harper. Seems to have ate one.
Yeah, that was a big up kick. Big connect there for Luke Barton making his debut.
Man, Barton landed a clean straight right that dropped Harper. I mean, that was a good punch.
And as you mentioned, Alex, those follow-up shots, those punches connected really well as well. Oh, unloads here on the right, just misses.
Now it looks like he's slowing down a bit.
Yeah, about halfway through this round, looks like they're settling into the fight.
I mean, Barton's hands are down and his chin is up. Gage has decent boxing. Barton needs to be a little more aware of his defense. It's a fun fight, though. I mean,
absolutely.
Looks like 2 young teenagers scrapping it out after school.
Like Barton used a little posture in there to catch himself a break, a little hand moving, but deep breathing. Harper in on a takedown, does end up getting it. Ends up passing to side control off the takedown as well. Very good position for him. Steps right over into a mount. Looks like Barton's really feeling it toward the end of this first round.
40 seconds left, first round.
Yeah, looks like Harper smelling the blood in the water here, looking to posture and punch.
Yeah, and then any amateurs who are waiting to make their debut watching at home, like this is why in-cage competition is so valuable. You can train as hard as you want, but until you get in here and feel this fatigue, there's nothing that can prep you for it.
Yeah, nothing like the live moment. You could try to replicate it in the gym, which we've been very successful.
Punches raining down.
Yeah,
sorry, Cody. Big punches. 10 seconds left. Is this going to be enough for Gage Harper to get the stoppage?
Looks like
and that is it. Patrick Podlan says that is enough. A big win for Gage Harper. Moves this record to 3-2. And what an exciting start for Luke Barton. But again, as you guys are talking about, once you get in there, you kind of blow that tank and see what happens. My man Gage Harper, big win. He's going to enjoy those post-fight Oreos, as he's talked about before. Good to see his development, and good to see Luke get out there.
Absolutely.
Something to learn from.
And Raheel, we can go back to what you said prior to the fight about the sitting there, waiting, anticipating. That could have drained a little bit of the energy, a little bit of the focus. You never know how the fighters are going to feel through that, but Barton comes out heavy early in the first round, seems to have kind of blew his load a little early. Kind of drained really quickly in the very last moments of the first round. Ends up getting a TKO finish from the mount, does Harper. Congratulations to him.
Got in there with about a minute left in the round and then just worked his way into a perfect flurry. Good position. As you mentioned, he just postured up correctly, got his hips done under him, and it was all it took, and those punches rained down. So first fight, first round finish on a start here. Maybe it's going to be one of those nights, gentlemen.
We shall see. It's a good way to get it going. Hopefully we can ride that momentum all the way through.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Patrick Patlaw calls for a stop to the action. 2 minutes, 58 seconds into the very first round. Declaring your winner by TKO, the Menace, Gage Harper!
So, Alex, you mentioned their age, right? 20 and 18. Our next fight on the totally opposite spectrum. We've got a 38-year-old and a 34-year-old. Both, one making a debut, one in his second fight. So, hey, amateurs come in all shapes and sizes and ages, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and these guys are some flyweights as well. So this should be an exciting fight.
All right, let's see if Wayne is ready. We're going to
please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Derek Pierce.
Derek Pierce making his debut. Flyweight showdown. The 34-year-old fighting out of Crystal Beach, Texas, one of my favorite places in the summer. Love Crystal
Nicknamed
Beach.
the Contractor. You know he's probably going to have some of that grown man strength.
Oh, yeah.
So I was talking to Wayne before this fight about the nickname, the Contractor. And I don't know if he's like a contractor, he's just here to kill,
right?
Or is he an actual contractor in
like
his
building
in
things,
his normal
right?
life? Yeah, like he's just a really good contractor. We're not sure.
Hey, for it to be your nickname, you got to be really good at either one of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I was assuming it was the workers type of contractor, but man, looking at this energy before the fight,
He's bringing it. Maybe it is a contract killer type.
Yeah, maybe. Making his debut here. Not having any previous fights or anything like that. We don't know what to anticipate here, so I'm curious to see what the Contractor brings tonight.
So interesting. 34-year-old taking on a 38-year-old. I think that's one of the highest averages that we've seen age-wise.
You're probably right. You're probably right on that.
All right, so Derek Pierce is inside. Let's meet his opponent. When Wayne is ready. Here is Wayne in a second.
Please welcome to the red corner, Gabriel Antonio.
Gabriel Antonio's second fight, first time inside the Fury cage. Also fought in a Muay Thai fight of last year, January last year, and lost that one. Won his MMA debut back in October via guillotine. So has some experience, has that stand-up experience as well. And you see Crew Bob in his corner, Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai.
Yeah. Gabe's going to be the first of 6 fighters representing Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai tonight. So Crew Bob definitely going to get his work in tonight.
Yeah, busy night. chance to see some of their fighters at Main Street. Get our final check up here. Both guys 34-38, looking really good for their age at this weight class.
Like, are you sure this guy's 38? This isn't a typo? 28, you mean? Gabriel looking shredded.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Flyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, he weighed in officially at 125.8 pounds. Representing Sweat and fighting out of Crystal Beach, Texas, today he makes his amateur debut. This is the Contractor, Derek Pierce. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at a perfect 125 pounds. Representing Main Street Boxing in Muay Thai and fighting out of San Jose, Costa Rica, he's undefeated as a pro, holding a record of 1 win, no losses. This is Gabriel Antonio. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
See our tail of the tape quickly. Both guys did make way for the flyweight bout. Height advantage to Gabriel Antonio, and we are underway.
Touch of gloves and we're off. Kind of a total.
Oh, my! What?
The Contractor, he was showing that energy before the fight.
The Contractor gets the fight ended very quickly in the first round. Professor Joe Solis has to rip him off. A little excited there, but that's it.
Oh, man.
Gabriel Antonio, quite a bit of blood coming out of the mouth there. But that's going to be the end of our second fight of the night in very, very quick fashion.
So we'll have to see the replay, a.k.a. the entire fight, because that happened in such a quick moment.
There we go,
there
big right hand.
The Contractor just runs across the cage and throws a big right hand. And then Joe jumped in there, but he told him to stop, and the Contractor wouldn't. And you saw Joe just throwing him. Good job on Solis on doing his job, keeping the fighter safe.
Yeah, maybe a little tunnel vision there from Pierce, just locked in, absolutely, focused, getting the big finish there. Referee getting the fight ended, putting his hands on the fighter. Fight is over at that point. So, man, what a big right hand from, we guessed it, the Contractor does have the Contractor type of strength.
Man, his new nickname might be Tunnel Vision.
Yeah. Because he was very locked in.
I mean, wow. And
that may
Gabriel
be an
Antonio,
amateur record for 25er knockout speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 9 seconds into the very first round. Declaring your winner by TKO, the Contractor, Derek Pierce.
This is a madman. Congrats to the Contractor.
Derek Pierce, very excited about the victory, rightfully so, picking up a big win there.
The officials are having no part of it.
Nope. Yeah, they will move that one right along.
Man, Professor Joe Solis got more action in there than
trained professional
Gabriel Antonio. All right.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Barrera.
Props to Barrera. He took this fight on less than a week's notice. He is a 45er. He moved up a weight class to fight Tillman. Tillman was matched up with somebody else, and that fight had fallen through earlier this week. And it's really cool to see the warrior spirit here of Barrera.
Yeah, Barrera coming off that loss to Brian James at Fury FC 71 on our undercard via split decision. Had some really good moments. His boxing looked good. Has a karate background, so really comfortable in that stand-up.
Yeah, I like seeing guys with a traditional martial arts background, the karate, the taekwondo. They bring a different element to the stand-up. The posture, the stance is quite different. It's much more sideways than a traditional boxer or kickboxer. So a very unique skill set to have. And as what Morano was saying over here, being able to take the fight on short notice or late notice, things like that. As such happens in the amateur ranks, you've got to be prepared for all varieties of opponents and all different opponent switches throughout your camp. You never know if the guy that you got slated against at the beginning of camp will be the guy that you actually are fighting at the end of the camp. So very good on him, being prepared for everything.
Yeah, the 18-year-old looks to be in good shape. Weighed in at 153 pounds, so was obviously ready. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Sean Tillman.
Sean Tillman made his amateur debut at Fury Amateur Series 40, lost to Byron Wells via KO in round 1. Had the left side open, and Wells just connected on a perfect punch.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Tillman, man. He just got the unfortunate favor of getting matched up with Wells for his debut. I've seen Wells. He is a physical specimen, and that's just honestly bad luck. And it's really cool to see Tillman back on the horse and now back in the cage. I wish this man well.
Tillman with a extremely stacked corner there. You see Eve Edwards giving him the water right now. Rufion Stotts, Bellator champion over there, and then obviously UFC featherweight, bantamweight, Adrian Yanez is over there with him as well. So quite a stacked corner, lots of intelligent people leading the path for him, looking to see if he could be successful and pick up his first victory.
Yeah, for the UFC fans, Adrian Yanez is fighting Rob Font, who's ranked within the top 10.
Big fight coming up.
Huge fight for Adrian, really pulling.
Love seeing the hometown dudes go out there and rep for Houston and be successful. Very cool to watch from the couch at home.
Oh yeah.
Adrian Yanez was a guest on the Fury Unleashed podcast. Make sure you catch that episode. He's so candid about his journey and everything he's accomplished and what the city has meant to him. So love hearing that. But Sean Tillman now making his second appearance for us. Let's get this thing going.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Sheath Underwear is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6 feet tall, he weighed in at 153 pounds. Representing Fight Lab and fighting out of Eagle Pass, Texas. Today, he seeks his first amateur victory. This is Rodrigo Barrera. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in officially at 154.8 pounds. Representing Heritage Muay Thai and fighting out of Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, 1 loss. This is Sean Tillman. Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
Hey, nice crowd for Sean Tillman.
Absolutely.
Good roar for the 21-year-old. You saw the tail of the tape earlier. The reach advantage goes to Barrera, and the height advantage to Barrera as well. Look about the same size.
Tillman pushing the pace immediately.
Ooh, big kick.
Tillman has really sharp striking. I was watching him hit pads backstage, and he stays low and throws really crisp shots.
Yeah, crisp is a good word for that there, Alex.
And you can see it now.
Yeah, but Barrera with his back stuck against the cage, looking very uncomfortable, but not able to circle out. You see Tillman doing a very good job of cutting him off, not letting him create an angle to circle all the way back out, controlling the center of the cage. This is just cage dominance right now from Tillman.
Tillman throwing that head kick again twice thus far.
Yeah, if you have a traditional style, you need space to move your feet. And when you got someone like Tillman sitting low and just pressuring forward, it's just such a stifling way to crowd that style. Best example, watch Nicky Holskin fight Raymond Daniels, and he just gets in his face.
Another good example would be when was it Wonderboy and Tyron Woodley? Another good example. Tyron Woodley pushed the pace, didn't let Wonderboy get the space he needed to get going. Similar to what you see Tillman doing here. I mean, like you said, you have to have that space to get that traditional stance going. When you're back against the cage, it's hard to kick anything.
Yeah, and that win and draw has now aged very well against Wonderboy, because Wonderboy is killing it in his like the later part of his career.
Yeah. Good right hand and tight there from Tillman.
But Tillman did not overthrow that right hand. I like that about him.
Nice connect there from Tillman.
Tillman's landing, but nothing super flush. I think if he lands something flush, we're going to see a early stoppage. I mean, that was the first jab that really landed clean, and you just saw the reaction
heavy body
of his
kick
opponent.
as well. See Tillman just all over him, not letting him get his back off the cage, never letting him escape either left or right.
Yeah, that jab really busted up the nose of Barrera.
Barrera now trying to get the clinch going, has got Tillman with his back against the cage.
So Barrera touched his face right after that connect.
Did not like that.
Yeah, he was looking at the ref right there. Maybe it was just a wayward glance, but
30 seconds left, and Barrera shoots for the takedown.
nice.
Oh, Tillman looking at some front choke action.
Go for
Stepping
Peruvian
over
necktie.
for the
It's
Peruvian
deep.
necktie. He's got the arm
And the
in
leg's
deep.
over. He's going to squat through.
10
has
seconds
clear
to
the
go
leg.
here.
And
And
he
that's
taps.
it.
No way.
Wow.
Tillman with the Peruvian necktie. Have not seen one of those in like
That
10 years.
was impressive.
From an amateur.
And from an extremely crisp striker nonetheless.
And what's awesome is Barrera even did the proper defense. He tried to clear the leg, but he was just jammed and got the tap. That was awesome. I was just talking about that submission and escape last week in the gym. And I was saying I haven't seen it in so long. Props to Tillman. Let's watch these highlights.
Yeah, this is not something that you see on any fight card on any given weekend, man. This is a very high level, but very low percentage.
Hey, man, congrats to Tillman. He had a really tough just set of fate in his first fight. Didn't really get to showcase his skills. And tonight we saw everything he had to offer. Crisp striking, good punches, and just such a slick submission. Look at that. You could see Barrera's head was just twisted down there.
It goes back to who he's training with, who was in his corner. That was a well-prepared and perfectly executed submission from Sean Tillman.
You can see that was one of those ones he had in the toolkit, and he couldn't wait to break it out, and it just so happened got the chance tonight and executed flawlessly to get the submission victory.
3 fights, 3 finishes in first
in the
round.
first. Let's keep it rolling.
I told you
baby.
there's something brewing here tonight. It's going to be one of those
Absolutely.
memorable nights here at Fury FC.
And that, just a correction, that is actually Tillman picking up his second victory for his amateur career. So congratulations to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jeff Rexrow calls for a stop to the action. 2 minutes, 46 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out due to a Peruvian necktie, Sean Tillman!
Wow, it's going to be hard to top that for submission of the night, I would say.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding. Congrats to Tillman. That was great.
And what a way to get us going. The Peruvian necktie.
My expectations have been set pretty high for the rest of this card, not going to lie. 3 fights in, 3 finishes, all first round, and then a Peruvian necktie as the most recent finish. Wow, this is off to a great start here.
We
Amateur Series 41.
We wouldn't even put that on our bingo card.
No way. Would not have called that probably in 100 years.
All right, let's get our next fight going. Here's Wayne.
Welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Jonathan Smotherman.
Jonathan Smotherman making his debut, fighting out of Mesquite, Texas, in this bantamweight showdown. No relation to Cameron Smotherman, by the way. I was doing my prep. I was like,
is
wait.
it Smotherman?
Yeah.
Is Cameron right? And this is Smotherman? Is that the slight difference?
Yep.
Okay. I thought that there was a slight spelling difference there. Okay.
Which, by the way, Cameron Smotherman fighting for the title coming up February 5th, I believe, against Peter Caballero here in Houston, right? 135 belt on the line. Coming up in February. I just saw on our Fury FC page, they posted about it. So that is official. The fight is going to happen if everything goes according to plan.
Peter from San Antonio, I mean, such a great fighter. He's always wearing his cowboy hat. You always know where he is anytime he's walking around the arena. Very talented striker. Love to watch that guy get in there.
Yep. February 5th, Cameron Smotherman, a.k.a. Little Camster, taking on Peter Caballero for the 135 strap in the main event here in Houston.
Please welcome to the red corner, Anthony Johnson.
That fight card on the 5th, that Fight Pass main card,
Yes,
and
sir.
the prelims is amazing.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that. I got 3 guys fighting on that card myself.
Nice.
But beyond that, I mean, I'm still pumped as a fan.
Anthony Johnson making his way out for his debut as well, fighting out of Main Street Boxing. As we mentioned, 6 fights for Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai. Going to be a busy night for them.
Yeah, a lot of those fighters are going to be debut fighters or very young, up-and-coming fighters. So you see a lot of these guys probably been developing in the gym together. They've been training, getting ready for this night together, all here together, go into battle. It's a really good feeling to have so many teammates on the fight card with you. That energy in the back room is probably so amazing for that team.
So our schedule, as we get our final preps here for Anthony Johnson, we're in San Antonio in 2 weeks for Fury FC 72 or 73. I forgot. I see the numbers are.
We keep throwing them out there. Yeah.
But there's going to be a stretch in Q1 where we're literally working almost every weekend, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go to our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Renfo is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, he weighed in officially at 134.6 pounds. Representing SFS and fighting out of Mesquite, Texas. Today he makes his amateur debut. This is Jonathan Smotherman! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 133.4 pounds. Representing Main Street Boxing and fighting out of Pearland, Texas. Today, he too makes his amateur debut. This is Anthony Johnson! Your referee in charge, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, got the correction. It's Fury FC 73 in San Antonio, 74 here in Houston. We'll get the whole schedule in a second. Red gloves for Johnson, blue for Smotherman.
Oh, my
big head kick.
It's a no switch left high kick, man. Props
Kind
for
of falls
Johnson
into
for
the takedown, though.
wrestling to the recovery.
Wow.
I mean, he's in a bit of a guillotine, but
Seems like he does have, but he's passing.
I mean,
Johnson
yeah,
is
lower body
passing.
control's just as important as the choke itself.
Smotherman got to be aware of the Von Flu here.
I mean,
What a way to start the fight. Man, Smotherman comes out, throws huge head kick, drops him, but Johnson just kind of autopilots into a double leg there, ends up getting a takedown, and now is on top, but has his head stuck.
I was going to say Johnson did his due diligence and brought the crowd, but then I got interrupted by a head kick. But man, he scored a double leg, passed, looking for mount.
Coming over right now into the full mount.
So I tell guys, don't go to mount if you're in a guillotine because they can
Put it
bridge
right
you
back
over.
in, yeah.
But his hands are disconnected. I could see Johnson popping his head out of here pretty easily. And now he's got full mount,
Yep.
and you know he's pissed off.
Yes, sir. He's awake now. Yep. He said, not so fast.
Smotherman held onto that choke just a second too long.
Yeah, kind of to his detriment there now. Found himself in a fully
big
mounted
punches.
position.
Big shots from Johnson. I mean, these are good ground and pound strikes.
Referee looking in closely. Giving the backup. Not a good decision here, never.
Trying to sneak in that arm now is Johnson.
I tell my guys, if you can't mitigate strikes from mount, give your backup, but in the transition, try to escape. And I mean, Johnson's just all over Smotherman.
Yeah, he got to that back and stayed there.
I mean, Johnson seems like he's with it. He's all offense right now. I mean, he got rocked by that head kick. What a set of fights so far here for Fury Amateurs.
Man, another first round finish potentially.
Right?
Johnson looking really good. Has that left
like
arm
he's digging
under.
that choke in now. He's got the arm pretty deep. Can he get the hands together?
Yep. We're going to see a tap.
That is it.
Wow. Man, congratulations to Johnson. What an insane quick comeback.
4 for 4 first round finishes.
Whoa. Dude, he could still be dazed. I mean, I'd have to see that. The whole fight.
There's a replay. Very situation that happens where fighters go into autopilot and their training just kicks in, and after the fight they're like, oh, I did that. Oh, okay, cool. That's what happened. Wow. Head kick, got dazed, got rocked, autopilot takedown, ends up getting the back, sinks the choke in, and the finish was immediate.
That's only one fight for Anthony Johnson, but that's a good-looking bantamweight.
Hey, he got a little bit of it all. Wow.
I mean, he almost got a TKO too. There was one finish. There was almost 3 finishes all in about 90 seconds. Woo. Wow, congrats. What a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Joe Solis calls for a stop to the action. 2 minutes, 4 seconds into the very first round, declaring a winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Anthony Johnson!
Hey man, maybe make us wait 20 minutes to start again. Everyone seems hot and bothered, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
So this card was supposed to start 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We didn't go until about 2:08. You're right. With the fighters back there, we're antsy. They want to get this going. Maybe they're excited. They want to watch Fury Challenger Series 2 on UFC Fight Pass's Facebook. We're just trying to get to it. That starts at 4:30. Here's waiting for our next fighter in just a second. There he is.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Preston Collins.
All right, so Preston Collins fighting for the 3rd time here in the Fury cage. There were improvements in his second fight, but he did have some flaws on the ground. We'll see if he's looked to improve that. In his second fight, he fought one of the most athletic guys on the roster. He got hit with a jump knee, which is just rough for anybody. And the fight prior, he did get arm barred, so we'll see what kind of corrections he's made. He's fighting a debuter, so hopefully we get a good competitive matchup.
Yeah, Joshua Aliman with the knee connect on Preston Collins. 3rd time in the cage. He's going to be taking on another Main Street boxing and Muay Thai fighter in Nicholas Stout. We'll see him
back-to-back fights for them.
I like Preston Collins. He looks like Conan O'Brien. Every time I see him, Preston, I love you. It's out of respect.
I think Conan's like 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a tall man.
Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Nicholas Stout.
Nicholas Stout making his debut, the 24-year-old. So this fight was scheduled to be a bantamweight fight. Both guys came in way overweight. 145 for Preston, 139 for Nicholas, but both guys agreed to move forward. No big deal. Let's get the fight going.
We'll call it a featherweight fight, 'cause that's what it is.
Yeah, it's basically a featherweight fight. They're within the 8-pound limit of each other, so the state will allow them to fight. That's typically how it works. The higher the weight goes, the more pound allowance you get.
Yeah, it's a percentage of body weight, I believe.
I haven't had to make weight in quite some time, so not quite sure the regulations around that these days. But it was usually for my weight class, was about an 8-pound difference. If anything was above, they would not let you fight. Obviously, fighter safety, very important.
All right, let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series at a catch weight of 140 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed officially at 145.2 pounds. Representing Scrapyard MMA and fighting out of Graham, Texas. Today, he seeks his first amateur win. This is Preston Collins! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 139.8 pounds. Representing Main Street Boxing in Muay Thai and fighting out of Pearland, Texas. Today, he makes his amateur debut. This is Nicholas Stout! Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
See our tail of the tape quickly as we talked about the weight. Blue gloves for Collins, red.
Yeah, Collins landed a good left hand. He is super scrappy. I mean, he's down to fight. But we just haven't seen a lot of like technical nuances from him, but it looks like he's made some improvements.
Yeah, he's always looked a little unorthodox. Sorry to cut you off there, Rahil. He's always looked a little unorthodox on the feet. He has a little unique style, but it does seem to have settled into a little bit more of throwing combinations and gets a good combination off right there.
That's the one thing against Aliman. He did scrap. He did push forward. He was not afraid to bring it. Is this deep enough?
Can he connect his hands is the real question. He's got full guard. It's under the chin.
He dug his hands in there.
Both hands are connected.
Thumbs up.
I mean, yeah, this is tough. It's a classic grip guillotine, but it's just a little shallow.
Thumbs up from Stout, though. He says he's fine in there.
Now, this is classic grip closed guard. I mean, this is about as tight as guillotines get, but I think the grip being shallow prior to his hands connecting.
Elbow's a little high outside. You like to see that elbow a little closer to the midline of the body in order to get this finish.
Yeah, you can see the left side of Stout's neck's not being constricted.
Yep.
There we go, a little armbar attempt from Collins.
Yeah, Collins showing some guard here. Big punch, though, from Stout.
Another big one.
Another one lands, yes, sir.
I mean, Collins rocked him, too, prior to this guillotine and double leg exchange.
Collins wasn't even phased with those two big right hands from the top from Stout.
Yeah, Collins looking to try to get some sort of guard back here. Taking some more of those big right hands from Stout.
I mean, these are leveraged strikes from Stout. These are big shots.
Yeah, especially with your head trapped against the mat like that. There's nowhere to go. There's no cushion. Heavy blows.
Stout hits a hard pass into a very flattened out side control. Collins needs to look to use his arms as a frame and cut an angle and turn in towards Stout so he can get his hips in the fight.
Underutilized tool, I'd say. They're throwing the knees from the side. Get him to the rib cage, to the oblique area. That can be very annoying. Add up later. Or just get your opponent to move.
Man, good smothering game right now from Stout.
Steps over to the full mount, does Stout.
He looked like he was trapping the forearm for an armbar.
Got the feet crossed underneath, looking to maybe just get the TKO ground and pound victory
These are big
here.
shots. We're going to see a finish here in just a few more strikes. I mean, this is a good position to do some damage from, and he's just 2 or 3 punches away from getting
that is it. Jeff Rexroad has seen enough. We have another stoppage. Let's keep the hot streak going.
How incredible. This, I mean, gentlemen, 5 fights, 5 finishes, 5 first round. I mean, can we go all 10 fights with 10 finishes? That would be incredible.
My fighter's up pretty soon. You guys enjoy this next fight. Sir. I'll be back in 2 fights.
So Nicholas Stout gets his debut win. Good work on the ground. Beautiful transition to mount flurries after that, and that was enough for the stoppage. TKO win.
Absolutely. I mean, great back and forth at the beginning of the round there. Some good exchanges from both of the gentlemen. And then Stout just finding a little bit more momentum with Preston not being able to get up off the ground. Eventually finds his way into that full mount, that high full mount. Ground and pound finish. You're not going to be able to take too many of those punches here.
All right, let's make it official. Here is Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jeff Rexroad calls for a stop to the action. 2 minutes, 46 seconds into the very first round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Nicholas Stout!
5 fights, 5 finishes in round 1. We've got 5 more fights for you on our prelims broadcast for Fury Amateur Series 41 before we head to the UFC Fight Pass Facebook and YouTube pages for Fury Challenger Series 2. That starts at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's get this rolling and go to the female division.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Sandy Perez.
Sandy Perez hasn't fought since October of 2021, and that fight was a no contest due to an eye poke. Started fighting in 2020, got 2 stoppages to start her career, 3rd win via decision. Has fought for amateur titles in other promotions as well. Really good fighter, really brings an aggressive style to this division, and is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, that undefeated record as an amateur really warrants a lot of opportunity. People see that undefeated record and they want you to, let's try for this amateur title, let's try for this amateur title. And it's a very good route to take because you know you're taking on the cream of the crop of another amateur promotion. And here she is looking to pick up another victory and potentially get her way to a title here. And having that eye poke, that no contest to an eye poke, is a very unfortunate circumstance, but it does happen. Unfortunately, it's been a long time since she's fought, but I'm sure she's developed a lot since that last fight. She'll be looking to showcase that here in the Fury cage.
And it happened in the 3rd round, so she got a lot of cage time, which is nice to see. Let's meet her opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Audrey Cobb.
Audrey Cobb started her career in 2019, won her debut fight, then fought for Fury in the amateur division in 2020 and won both via submission, so a good start to her career. Took a break until 2022 and then fought in July where she lost via KO. Really good fighter, almost mirror images in terms of fight styles for Audrey and Sandy. They will both bring the heat.
Absolutely, you see another fighter from Main Street. This their 3rd fight in a row. This will be the only female fight that we'll have on the card, so obviously they've got females there training as well. A lot of other ladies there preparing her. I'm excited to see these ladies get this fight underway.
The female strawweight division, they always bring the fireworks. By the way, if you are a female fighter, reach out to us on our Instagram page. We're always looking for female fighters to see our tail of the tape. Both 26-year-olds getting in there, both made weight. The height and reach go to Sandy Perez. And you see that record of 4-0-1. Let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by Private Label, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Strawweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, she weighed in officially at 115.8 pounds. Fighting out of the War Training Center in Houston, Texas. She's undefeated as an amateur, holding a record of 4 wins, no losses, 1 no contest. This is Sandy Perez! And introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, she weighed in at 113.4 pounds. Representing Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai, and fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of New Orleans, Louisiana. She holds an amateur record of 2 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Audrey Cobb. Your referee in charge, Professor Joe Solis.
Professor Joe Solis back inside the cage. Blue gloves for Perez, red for Cobb. Wow, both fighters coming out.
Audrey opens with a quick double jab. They both land, but she ends up finding herself on her back. Sandy gets the takedown. Good head position there from Sandy on top. She's looking to try to posture. Oh, Audrey going for an omoplata situation, maybe using it to sweep here. Sandy's able to get her arm out, kind of end up in a unique position. Crucifix potentially if she can get over on the other side, but looking for the back off of it. Nice. Find ourselves back in that closed guard.
Good transitions there.
Yeah, Audrey doing a good job on the bottom, keeping her guard, maintaining, not letting any passes happen. Trying to work from there, but finding herself with her head kind of jammed up against the cage here. Uncomfortable for sure if you got that head pressure from Sandy grinding against your chin as well. Sandy still with that heavy head pressure driving in. I'd like to see her start, now that the guard is open, try to start stepping over, looking for the pass, looking to get into a position, start some punching, maybe get some ground and pound working for her. Audrey looking for an arm, though. You see her try to isolate the far side arm as she's climbing her legs up. Good situation here, armbar triangle situation if she can grab wrist control.
Break it up.
Professor's seen enough of that. Back on the feet we go.
I like it. Professor Joe Solis wants to continue the streak.
Yep.
First round finishes.
Right, he's got a dinner date he's got to get to. We obviously want to make sure the fighters are staying active, doing what they need to do to try and look for the finish, try to look to improve position. He didn't like what he was seeing there, so back to the feet. Now we got Sandy with Audrey jammed up against the cage here.
Good display of strength thus far for Sandy Jerez.
Yeah, looking really good with that head position. And you see she's very focused on getting the head right in the middle of the chest, just under the chin, keeping control of Audrey's head. Really driving heavy into the cage. Maybe looking to try to pull that ankle out, yes. Try to get that takedown. 10 seconds.
Could this be, Cody? We might go
like
to round two.
Yeah, first time of the night. Looks like we're going to be making it out of the first round.
Wow. 6 fights.
Right. Do we even have stools in the building? There they are.
Our cage crew, they forgot what to do.
We are prepared.
It's been a while.
We weren't prepared to go to the second round. I remember as an amateur fighting, Morano was actually there for me. My first title fight I had ever gone, he was there cornering me. And I had never been out of the first round before. I remember going to the first round, they call me over, I sit down and I'm like trying to drink water, mouthpieces in and out, I'm trying to listen, I got ice on my chest, ice on my neck, all this stuff going on. Man, it was a very unique experience because I had never had to do that before in a live scenario. We talked earlier about the live scenario being here in the moment for the first time. Like, whoa, what? There's another round we have to go into? So I had to adapt on the fly there. But here we are for the first time tonight going to the second round. So these ladies looking to maybe get a finish here in the second.
And by the way, for those of you watching, Cody Owens, awesome fighter.
Retired fighter.
Retired, but still awesome when you were inside the cage.
I appreciate that.
Kept coming forward, man.
Hey.
Texas Zombie.
Yeah.
That's how they call you that.
Yes, sir. See Sandy there with that good front kick to the belly there, keeping some distance. Little level change. I think she kind of likes it on the ground here. Ooh, good spinning back elbow. That was a sneaky little elbow that she decided to throw in there. Kind of like the back of her arm. Maybe she was going for the back fist, but Audrey jammed her up, and it kind of hit her within the elbow forearm.
It was Sandy in the position that Audrey was. Oh, big flurry on the exit.
Big punch there as well.
Sandy had Audrey up against the cage for a lot of round one to finish.
Yeah. Sandy catches that leg, drives her all the way across the cage, and then gets the takedown. Now she's on top in this kind of butterfly position. Very good opportunity to start passing now. She can step over one of these butterfly hooks and get into a better position. A half guard is a recommended position here from this position. You lock yourself on top. They're locked into you on bottom. You can really start getting your game going for the ground and pound there.
And that butterfly guard Unless you're really, really good with it, probably want to exit that as
try to recover a full guard. Unless you can elevate and start doing some tricky stuff, armbar, but typically you're trying to sweep from there or get back to a closed guard position. And it looks like she's got that closed guard back, looking to get some wrist isolation to take herself into that triangle armbar setup again that she was looking for earlier. But again, the head jammed against the cage makes it a little harder to do. Good knee there to the midline. Looking for it again, is she? Yep. You can see Sandy now. For a moment there, thought about stepping over, but already doing a great job recovering that closed guard.
Under 1 minute, round 2.
Again,
another break.
Yeah, again, Professor not liking what he's seeing there, sending these ladies back up to get the action going. Ooh, level change there. Sandy got that single leg, going to drive her again to the cage. Does she get the finish again? 30 seconds left here in this second round. Getting her hands together as Sandy looking to step in for the high crotch. Oh, already trying to use that situation, step over, get her own hip toss out of it. 10 seconds.
Sandy content with just tying up, keeping it close, negating some of that stand-up from Audrey Cobb.
Good back and forth fight here. We got a close one. Rightfully so. If we're not going to get a finish, we should have a very close fight. We should make it difficult for our judges to decide.
How do you have it? Let's talk through it. Round 1.
In my opinion, it's pretty even. There might be a slight edge to Sandy. She's been able to get on top here, dominate some of the time of the rounds on top, but we cannot negate the fact that on the bottom, Ari has been throwing up some submission attempts, potentially going for things. She had the omoplata earlier, a couple armbar triangle situations, but this dominance right here from Sandy pushing and getting these takedowns, getting on top, I think is going to give her the slight edge right now. But it very well could be 1-1.
Yeah, both corners are probably telling their fighters, you're down.
Yep. You got to go get this one. If not finish, you have to win this round. Ari looking to pump the crowd up there, maybe trying to feed off some of that energy and take it into this last round. Looking pretty pumped up. Yeah, Ari looking really light on her feet in this third round, coming out hot with the strikes.
Oh, good combo from
connecting.
Cobb.
Yeah, she's backing Sandy up with these strikes. She needs to keep this up. This is the game plan for her for this third round. Oh, good jab there. Yeah, whatever the corner told Ari in between rounds there seemed to have kind of lit a spark under her and got her going.
Ari also competed as submission hunter, is also a personal trainer. So you know that endurance.
In some great shape. Yep. Oh, yeah, you can see it.
A shining example for her clients.
Yeah, right. This is what you can do, right?
Yep. You never trust a fat personal trainer,
man.
Right?
Like you never trust a skinny chef, right? Sandy with that familiar position that we've seen a few other times in the fight. Got the head in the middle, looking to drive Ari against the cage. Ari doing a good job with the knee up there, trying to keep the distance, keeping Sandy from driving her hips. But she's relinquished it now. Sandy notices, so she drops to try to get that level change, but there it is again.
This has been one of the big storylines for this fight. Yep. Sandy Jerez putting the back of Sandy Cobb up against that fence.
Yeah, Ari, she needs to look to pummel here and try to get that position switch, try to turn Sandy and potentially get her back on the cage, if not use that to break and get back out to that striking that she was being so successful with at the beginning of this round. Just over a minute left in the fight.
By the way, shout out to our new sponsors, OnlyFans. Check out the exclusive Fury page on OnlyFans, where we're going to have exclusive content. If you're one of the first 20, I believe Richard was saying, you're going to get some free tickets as well if you subscribe to our Fury FC page on OnlyFans. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, we're under a minute now, and the same situation. We've been here for a little bit. Ari's got to get some urgency in her if she wants to pull this thing out. Now she's getting the pummeling going. She switches positions, and now it's got Sandy who switches it right back.
This will be interesting to see how the judges score this one. Because while Sandy has been in the more dominant position in terms of control, Ari has been connecting a little bit better with those combinations, Cody.
Yeah, if she can get this takedown right here, she seems like she's going for 10 seconds. That would seal it for her, I believe, but we're just in this clinched position, going to end the fight here, I believe.
All right, so for the first time tonight, we go to the judges' scorecards. We'll see how they score. We'll get a chance to see what they're valuing tonight as well, Cody.
Correct. Yeah, I get to see kind of where their vision is, the direction of their scoring. Are we grappling heavy? Are we striking heavy? This is a good mix of both here in the fight from these ladies. Some submission attempts as well. So putting the judges to work, making sure they get some action tonight too, right?
Yeah, finally, they have to do some work. See our round 3 highlights. Sandy Jerez.
Yeah, a lot of these highlights are probably going to reflect this same position. The majority of the larger parts of the rounds were probably spent in that clinch position, but it was just the variables of all the stuff that happened in between. Sometimes it was the submissions and the guard play from Ari. Sometimes it was the clinch work and the takedowns from Sandy. See these takedowns again. This time she ended up in that butterfly guard. But there was, I believe, 2 or 3 times where she would catch the kick, get the leg elevated, walk her to the cage, and get the takedown. Would not be surprised to see a split decision here. I would not be, depending on who values what and who scores what higher. Would not be surprised to see that.
See the right eye of Sandy Jerez starting to swell up a little bit. Left eye as well. She just turned her face.
Yeah, maybe from some of that striking that Ari was able to get going at the beginning of that 3rd round. She was really landing at a high frequency there. So you see Sandy wearing some of the damage. With the amount of time, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again. With the amount of time that the decision is being taken to render, I believe we may have a split decision.
Yeah. I was going to say, Ari Cobb looks really fresh, didn't take too much damage, but was controlled a majority of the fight.
Those takedowns, that top dominance, kind of playing from the guard, but not really doing a whole lot from the guard. Like I said, did throw some submissions up, but it wasn't a whole lot that were very deep or very much putting Sandy in danger.
Still waiting for the judges to calculate this. Making it final. Wayne is at their table. You see both ladies talking about the fight.
Right.
Love seeing that.
Why'd you hit me so hard?
Yeah.
Well, why'd you hit me so hard? It's always cool to see the camaraderie. You go to battle with somebody for 3 rounds, and then at the end you have a little chit chat with them while the judges. You see the handshake as well, laughs. It's beautiful to see that. It's one of the only sports. One of the only communities where you have that, where you literally try to go in there and render each other unconscious for 3 rounds. And at the end, you're hugging, you're shaking your hands, you're smiling. Really cool to see.
2 really awesome gyms, War Training Center and, of course, Main Street Boxing Muay Thai. Both fighters representing them. Let's see how the judges score this
decision now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Brought to you by Space City Collective. Judge Chance Williams scores the fight 29-28 Cobb. Judge Patrick Pentlon scores the fight 29-28 Jerez. And Judge J.J. Ferraro scores the fight 29-28, declaring a winner by split decision, Audrey Cobb!
Cody, we have our answer. What are the judges valuing today?
Yes, sir.
Damage over control.
Yeah, you see, unfortunately for Sandy, they're wearing in a little bit more at the end of the fight, which the damage, visible damage done, she's obviously got more of that compared to Ari. So it looks like damage done over the takedown and control, maybe scoring a little higher, but Ari picking up the victory tonight.
All right, let's get our next fighter.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Brian James.
Brian James. Sorry there. Sorry, we're just getting some notes here. We had a little issue. Brian James 1-0 coming off that win at Fury FC 71 over Rodrigo Barrera, who we saw a little bit earlier. Sir. Super tall fighter for the weight class.
6'1". I was about to say 6'1", 144 pounds. Got a 73-inch reach compared to his opponent Hendershot with a 68-inch reach. So going to have a little bit of a reach advantage there. Repping from Long Island, New York, all the way down here in Houston, Texas.
He's going to throw a lot of fun stuff. He's a very unique and creative fighter. Does tend to back up a little bit. So if Joe Hendershot can be a little aggressive, could find some good openings. But this is going to be a good featherweight matchup.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hendershot, young, aggressive, really athletic kid. Got a great ground game, explosive striking.
Please welcome to the red corner, Joe Hendershot.
You're going to see Alex Morono here in just a second. He might have Alex's playlist as well.
Yeah, I think this is part of Alex's. They do share that in common, a similar taste in music, I've heard.
Gracie Baja, the Woodlands. Ricky Tercios back there as well.
Ricky Tercios, you see him in one of the most underrated, underappreciated striking coaches in the Houston or in the Texas area. Coach Matt Wald over there is an absolute magician with the mitts. So I just want to show him a little gratitude there for all he does for the people over there at GB Woodlands.
I think every GB Woodlands fighter has this playlist, right? I think that's what Alex only plays, right?
You have to, yeah. Yeah, if you're going to train with him, you got to be headbanging.
Third time in the Fury amateur cage for Joe Hendershot, a.k.a. Kill Shot. We see our tail of the tape featherweight bout. The 24-year-old Brian James with the height and reach advantage. Let's get this thing going. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Renfo is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Featherweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed officially at 144.4 pounds. Representing Next Level and fighting out of Long Island, New York, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, no losses. This is Brian James! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 143.8 pounds. Representing Gracie Baja in the Woodlands, Texas, and fighting out of Houston, Texas. He's undefeated as an amateur, holding a record of 2 wins, no losses. This is Kill Shot, Joe Hendershot. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexwood.
Blue gloves for James, red for Hendershot.
James coming out with some heavy hands early. Hendershot, level changing. Hendershot's going to have to figure out how to deal with that length pretty early. He's either going to have to be all the way in or all the way out. can't find himself stuck at striking distance with a guy with this type of reach on you.
Hendershot, both wins by submission at Fury Amateur Series 38 and 39. Beat Austin Collada at 39 via guillotine. Excuse me, at 40. Amateur Series 40.
So you're shooting for the single leg there. Attaches to it very quickly. Pops the head out. He's going to look to turn and dump. It's a good plan here for Hendershot. The best way to deal with that type of length is put them on their back. It's hard for them to keep you at distance that way. He's got hands together and he's underneath. He should be able to build up and potentially get the dump here. As I say, so he does. He's got to clear the head here. He does so. He's trying to climb directly over into a full mount. Does so. Got to get clearance of the cage here so he doesn't get the big bump and get flipped. As he turns him just as his coach requests, get the feet off the cage. Now he's going to look to posture and punch here. And we've already seen a couple finishes this position so far. We know it doesn't take much. Few big shots here, and the referee will stop this fight.
Good pressure from Hendershot, regarded as one of the top 3 or 4 amateurs in this weight class for Fury FC.
And he's in complete control of this fight right now. Again, got to make sure they can keep them feet off the cage. They will walk around and use it as a tool to reverse position, but seems to have a really good foundation here on top and is controlling very well. James has got to do some things and get moving, or he's going to find himself on the list of one of our finishes this evening.
We've already had 5 first-round finishes. Could this be the 6th one on our undercard? Fury Amateur Series 41.
Yeah, you see James just holding on to the body here, trying not to get punched. He's not really doing anything to try to escape, to create space and try to get out, while Hendershot is just raining strikes down on him.
And James just leaving that face exposed.
Yeah, grabbing the body like that, trying to just keep hold of him is not going to save you. Yeah, for a moment there he pushed the hips to try to create some space, but just being overwhelmed by Killshot right now.
10 seconds left in round 1. Can Killshot find the finish here in 5 seconds? Somehow Brian James survives the round, Cody.
We get out of the first round. I think now that Hendershot's gotten the takedown, got to this position, I think he knows the game plan, he knows the path to victory. I will not be surprised to see him do exactly that here in this second round. James has got to keep the distance. He's got to use that reach, get his jab working, and keep that distance if he wants any chance to get the striking going here. Doesn't seem very comfortable on the ground.
Lock, load, shoot for your dreams with loaded pistols.
Look at our round 1 highlights.
Yeah, you see that just absolute control in the full mount position. When someone gets a full mount like that on you and they're riding high, their knees into your armpits, your arms are kind of pinned above your head, it's extremely difficult to get them off of you because you cannot get their weight back down above your hips, which is what you need to move them. So we got to see if James can keep himself out of that position in this round.
Round 2, here we come for the second time tonight. Nice combo.
James, with a good combination to start off this second round. He's got to keep that up. He's got to stay at distance and keep his jab going.
Oh!
Big flying knee attempt or jumping knee attempt there. Hendershot says what of it. Didn't do anything. Good 1-2 from James. Doing a much better job staying at distance is James. But Hendershot, he knows the deal. He's got to get inside, get that clinch working again.
Now Brian James showcasing more of the striking. Nice kick there.
Yeah, much lighter on his feet, staying at range, bouncing around, in, out. This is his key to success for sure.
Man, big counter striking for Brian James.
They can't get overzealous with these big shots and overreach. You could get caught with a counter. Another big jumping knee, semi-connects. Good level change by Hendershot. Underneath the uppercut has got James on his butt once more. trying to pull him away from the cage, get him flattened out so he can't cage walk and get up. Steps over into the half.
Hendershot showcasing that wrestling background.
Steps into a side control, pulls him flat. James doing a great job scrambling, making his way back to his feet, in with some heavy punches. Another jump knee. Ooh, looks for a hip toss of his own, looking to get it to the ground, but Hendershot's able to counter, ends up in the top position against the cage. Crowd getting into this one, pretty good back and forth, exciting round here in the second round. Hendershot got the Joe chant coming. Hendershot trying to ride that energy and get it into the full mount. Punches raining down. Mouthpieces come out from James.
Man, Hendershot so good, smothering his opponent, not leaving any room to wiggle out of anything.
Yeah, no space whatsoever. Both hooks in, he flattens him out. Got to get those feet off the cage, though. James looking to use that to potentially take the back. Got one hook in. Can he scoop him over to the other side and get a hook in? Coming down to the end of this first round, and it looks like James trying to get to the back position here on Hendershot. Hendershot's got a leg like he's looking for the single. That's the end of our second round.
That was a fun second round.
Action all the way to the bell. Good back and forth. A lot of scrambling going on there at the end. That was a very entertaining round.
Already following us on Instagram, make sure you do so at Fury Fighting for an opportunity to win.
We see that jump knee attempt, the first one. There was two in the round, but really set the tone for the stand-up display of Brian James. There's that second one that just missed, went in probably a little overzealous there.
A little excited, trying to get the bounce off the cage, getting that recoil, using that for the extra power with the jump knee. Good idea, but not quite set up properly. Went back to the well to that jump knee a couple times, but was really able to show off some of his striking at the beginning of that round. Was really light on his feet, moving very well until Hendershot was able to get that takedown again against the cage. So headed into the third round.
Yeah, third round. How do you have it scored so far, Cody?
I'm probably going to go 1-1 right now, which is always a safe thing to say.
Yeah.
Just 1-1.
But it truly is. I mean,
I think right now it probably is that way. But
based on our last fight,
yes, sir.
You know, the damage that Brian James delivered versus the control of Hendershot.
Hendershot wearing it a little bit more than James, but obviously we see the takedowns, the control from Hendershot. Previous fight, we saw the way the judges are skewing the vision a little bit. So if this one does end up making it to the scorecards, I'm curious to see. There goes that takedown again. If there's more of this, then I think Hendershot may be able to pull it out.
Good stuff and good punches. Still has the leg compromised right now, does Brian James.
Yeah, Hendershot looking to pull that leg. Yeah, step around. But I believe James is looking to lock up a choke. Yeah, he's got a front choke set up here. But I'm not sure the leverage he's going to have if Hendershot continues turning the corner here. If he passes, I'm not sure how much this choke's going to be able to be applied. Yeah, he's fighting the hands the right way.
Really,
but good on James
to finish. Yeah,
attempting this. Because it looks to be in a better position now. Yes, this is a much better position for James to find the finishing mechanics. Hendershot doing the right thing, trying to go flat to his back and get his elbow cleared. He stood up for just a moment there, did James. Hendershot grabbed the leg again on a takedown of his own.
Nice elbows from the top from
Heavy
Brian
body
James.
elbow. Hendershot very relentless on this leg, looking to turn James over and end up in the top position, but eating some strikes here in the process.
Alex Morono in the corner for Joe Hendershot yelling, "Get on your feet and let's go." You saw Hendershot holding on to that knee and still Holding on.
Yeah, he knows that's his safe space. He knows that going to the ground, the wrestling is like autopilot for him. And he knows if he can get this, he'll win the fight, and he's persistent with it.
Yeah, his
But James
corner.
doing
Sorry
it-
to cut you off. They are just yelling at him.
Yes,
and
sir.
we gotta go. We gotta go.
Back to the feet now. 30 seconds left in the fight. One of these fighters is going to have to put the pedal to the metal. Hendershot with another shot. Back on the same familiar single leg. Has got to finish this takedown, though. He's got to get both hands together and try to finish. The attempt may not be enough.
Definitely took too much damage in this round. Nearing the final 10 seconds here. Final round.
He is attacking, though. He is the one that is the aggressor looking for the takedown, but he is eating those punches from a defensive posture. So we'll see what these judges have to say about this one.
And you can tell from the body language, Hendershot not happy with himself with that final round.
Yeah, maybe feeling it a little bit. Couple deep breaths there. You know, all that grind and those takedowns, that attempts, trying to get your hands together, fighting for the takedown is almost as exhausting as fighting against the takedown. It's a lot of energy that you have to expend to get those positions. And if you don't get them, then now you've wasted all that energy and you didn't get what you were going for. You got to try again or retreat to something else.
Look at our round 3 highlights here.
Be our second decision of the night. Yeah, that mouthpiece was out right there.
I think that's the round 2 highlights.
Yes,
that
sir.
looks really familiar. But it was all Brian James in round 3. Very aggressive with the stand-up.
Yeah, really able to land some strikes. Although Hendershot was attempting the takedowns, he was unsuccessful completing them. So we'll see what these judges think about this. In just about a minute or so, we should have our decision.
Don't forget, 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we head to the UFC Fight Pass Facebook page, as well as their YouTube page for the broadcast of Fury Challenger Series 2. Our main event features Justice Torres, the hometown kid, taking on Jason Mullen, who's been wanting this fight for a while. A lot of bad blood between these two featherweights. So we'll get that going. Got 6 fights scheduled for our main card. Fury Challenger Series 2. Available on the UFC Fight Pass Facebook and YouTube pages. All right, Wayne is making his way inside the cage, so we'll see how the judges scored this fight. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by Space City Collective. Judge Patrick Petlon scores the fight 29-28, James. Judge J.J. Ferraro scores the fight 29-28, Hendershot. And Judge Ryan Thompson scores the fight 29-28 to declaring your winner by split decision, Brian James!
So Cody, 2 decisions. Damage over control seems to be the story of the night.
We see now how it's going. We've only got 2 fights that have gone to the judges' scorecards, and we can see the damage done is going to be what's going to be scoring higher. Obviously, wearing all that damage on your face is never a good look, and the judges can tell.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Nathan Uriostegui.
Nathan Uriostegui, second fight. First fight was a no contest because of a low blow that resulted in him being ambulance out on the stretcher.
Yeah, had to get taken out in an ambulance, was being seen by the medics cage side, and they determined that the injury was severe enough to transport to the hospital. But we had a slight delay, had to wait for another ambulance to show up. But yeah, these things can and will happen, and unfortunately, in his first ever timeout, that is what had happened to him. So looking to definitely see the more positive side of being in the cage tonight.
Nathan Uriostegui, kickboxing background, has won 2 kickboxing matches already in his young career. The 20-year-old trying to get his first official win. Second time inside the Fury cage. Made his debut, as we mentioned, at Challenger Series 1. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Brandon Taylor.
Brandon Taylor, the 24-year-old, exceptional athlete, ran track in college, super strong for the weight class, 1-1 thus far, made his debut at Fury FC 64, got that win via decision, fought again in September at Fury Amateur Series 40 and lost via split decision. Really good counter striker, very patient. Looking for him to be a little bit more aggressive in his third fight.
Yeah, Taylor going to have a little bit of the reach advantage. We spoke about the reach advantage in the last fight. He's going to have a little bit of a reach advantage here. 5'4" going against the 5'8". Got a 63-inch reach against a 70-inch reach. So a little bit there. We'll see how he uses that.
It's a flyweight showdown. Fighting out of 4 ounce is Brandon Taylor. First fight, second fight where both fighters also have nicknames.
Oh, right, yeah, both of them.
Nasty Nate and BT.
BT, yeah. We have a guy at RGM, Nate is his name. Yesterday was his birthday, and we call him Nasty Nate as well.
I like that. 0 to take the reach advantage for Brandon Taylor, the height advantage. Not correct, 5'8" for Brandon Taylor. Nathan Uriostegui with the height advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by SheathUnderwear.com is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Flyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 4 inches tall, he weighed in officially at 124.2 pounds. Representing Shredders MMA and fighting out of Amarillo, Texas. Today, he pretty much makes his amateur debut, holding a record of no wins, no losses, 1 no contest. This is Nasty Nate Uriostegui. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 125.2 pounds. Fighting out of the 4 Ounce Fight Club in Houston, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, 1 loss. This is Brandon BT Taylor. Your referee in charge of the action, Patrick Petla.
Brandon Taylor, Nathan Uriostegui, blue gloves for Uriostegui, red for Taylor.
Oh, you see Nathan throw a big overhand right there.
Nathan's going to have his handfuls today. Brandon Taylor, such a comfortable counter striker.
Yeah, you see BT moving well on his feet there, popping that jab out there, in, out. Very light on his feet, some crisp striking right down the middle. Nasty Nate going to have to pressure and deal with that striking. Ooh, that's one way. Big overhand rights. But we can't throw those blindly. We have to set them up. This can happen. Ooh, goes for the big jump knee, does BT.
Oh!
Kick, and that's going to do it.
Brandon Taylor! How's that for aggressive?
Yes, sir. Do you.
Connects flush with that kick.
Wow.
And Nathan Uriosteg's face is not looking good.
Yeah, it looks like the nose is feeling it. Oh, big backflip from BT. What an athlete, man. I mean, this guy showed some crisp striking in there, set the kick up very beautifully, threw it, bam. Lights out for Uriostegui there.
And look who's in up against the cage, Joshua Van.
Love it. That was nice. Yeah, that was nice. Yes. See everyone extremely excited. The corner going crazy over there. Rightfully so. What a big finish. We'll see the replay here in just a moment. Just bam. Even through the arms a little bit, but that's the power of that kick. Was able to eat a little bit off the forearms, but still connected, and the lights went out.
That shin cut through those arms and connected flush, and that was wild. What a kick from Brandon Taylor. And that's what we were looking for from Brandon Taylor, that moment, that aggressiveness. And he definitely showed it there.
He absolutely delivered.
And the medical team still checking on Nathan Uriostegui. That nose does not look good, Cody.
Nah, he's got the nose and the mouth leaking a little bit. You know, for Nathan there, this being his second fight, obviously not the way he wanted it to go, but there are obviously positives, there are silver linings. There's only one way to go for him from now, and that's up into the positive direction.
All right, let's make this official. Well, I don't know if Nathan's going to stand up, but let's get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 51 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Brandon BT Taylor.
Yeah, BT picking up the KO, Raheel. What an impressive finish.
Man, that was awesome to see for Brandon Taylor. We have 2 fights left.
Yes, sir.
Hey, check out Howlerhead, one of our proud sponsors. Howlerhead fueling our Fury Unleashed podcast. New episode dropped this morning. Make sure you check it out.
Be sure to listen in.
2 fights left. Our main event, Lee Charles, Jay Christensen, welterweight title on the line.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Xavier Kai.
Yeah, that main event, Raheel, man. You love seeing a main event title fight with 2 undefeated fighters. You know, they both worked so hard to get there. They're both very successful. Someone's leaving with the belt tonight.
Xavier Kai making his way. Ignore the graphic. That's not Lee Charles. That's Xavier Kai. 2-1 record, 4-time fighting for us here at Fury Amateurs. Last fight was at Fury FC 67 in August, where he won via decision. All his fights have gone the distance. Also competes in jiu-jitsu tournaments as well. The one thing I'm looking for Xavier Kai, trying to figure out his style. Like and also for him, like what is your style as you pursue this career in fighting?
Yeah, I think early on as an amateur, you have to kind of identify what your tools are, what you're good at, and try to sharpen those to be great at them. But also still keeping enough skill and defense in other areas to be well-rounded.
Please welcome to the red corner, Audrey.
Arlton Audrey, 6-time inside the Fury FC amateur cage, coming off a win where he captured the lightweight strap at Challenger Series 1 against Donovan Manuel. Love him. He's just a maniac. Keeps
Absolutely.
pushing forward all the time.
If you say hard-working fighter, Arlton's your guy, man. He goes in there, and his work ethic is through the roof. He's got a very mixed bag of tools, so he's pretty good everywhere. There's nowhere you're going to take him when you're going to have a real big advantage on him. And he's just tough as nails, man.
So this fight was supposed to be a featherweight bout, but then it ended up moving to that 155 range. You'll see our tail of the tape. Arlton Audrey came in at 156. It became a lightweight bout. He is not defending his title.
No, sir.
This is a fight that ended up becoming a lightweight, was supposed to be featherweight. Xavier Kai has the height advantage and reach advantage in our tail of the tape. Let's get this thing going.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Howard Head Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series lightweight division and is your Fury Amateur Series 41 co-main event. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 154.2 pounds. Representing Next Level and fighting out of Dickinson, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins. Only 1 defeat. This is Xavier King! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 156 pounds. Representing Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai, and fighting out of Hitchcock, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 4 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Arlton Audrey. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
Welcome, Alex, back to the commentary set.
Oh, and Arlton's in his face already. Arlton fights at such a high pace. Xavier's going to have his hands full.
Arlton, I'm going to call him the Maniac. He doesn't have a nickname yet. Arlton's the Maniac.
He might after tonight.
It's so much fun to watch. He comes out different angles as well.
So Kai in on a body lock, but I mean, this is Arlton's game. He loves the clinch fighting.
Oh, already we see those big shots from Arlton.
And Arlton, he will not hold back power on ground and pound. He's in a decently
Xavier
high elbow
wrapping up the head
guillotine
here
here
with the guillotine.
You saw Arlton wedged his right arm in there.
Doing the right thing.
He's looking for takedowns amidst a choke. His head's out.
A little self-defense technique there, huh?
And then you'll see him just load up on some of these shots on the feet and on the ground. I'll tell you, Xavier's doing a good job, using underhooks, using the body lock, but Arlton's just going to stay on him.
Xavier Key, all his fights have gone the distance. Arlton Audrey coming off that lightweight strap win in the lightweight amateur division here for us at Fury FC.
Yeah, Arlton was actually hoping to drop down to 145 pounds, but it was Xavier who requested the fight to be at 55, and Arlton was happy to accept.
Yeah, no belt on the line and in his natural weight. Sure thing.
But as we talked about so many times for the amateur, it's so important to figure out that weight, right?
Yeah.
Like being able to cut it for Arlton as a professional. Is he going to be at 145, 155? Gets the back of
Arlton
Xavier
on the back
Key.
of Key here.
Cranking his face.
Looking like he's trying to get that arm underneath. Yeah, he's heavy cranking on the face, as you said, Alex.
He only had one hook in. But even Arlton, he went from a whizzer kick, he called the Uchimata, to a double, to like a knee pick. I mean, his chain wrestling was fast and furious.
Arlton, though, relentless, not going to give this position up very easily.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, he'll get tired. He doesn't.
Never.
He doesn't chill in his pace at all. Xavier's, doing a good job not settling in these bad spots. He recovers a single leg X guard.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to isolate, maybe get into a leg lock position there, but Arlton able to nullify that attempt and end up still back on top.
Gives us a second. Got a programming note. Our main card now starting at 5 p.m. Fury Challenger Series 2 will start at 5 p.m. on the UFC Fight Pass Facebook and YouTube pages. Big shots coming from the top. 10 seconds left.
Yeah, good on Xavier, wrapping him up, getting the guard, keeping him close to him to try to ride the end of that round out, because he was eating some heavy shots there.
Arlton just never seems like he's fazed by anything either. I love that.
The same look on his face. He has the same demeanor all fight long.
Plus, I don't know if we've seen him in trouble ever before. I've never seen him get hit flush. I've never seen him on his back for more than like a second. I mean, dude's an anomaly.
Instagram at Fury Fighting. Be sure to subscribe to OnlyFans.com.
Alex, you lost your voice in that third round.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it together.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
It looks like the judges are valuing striking over wrestling. I personally had my guy winning round 1 and 2.
Yep.
I mean,
we were talking about it on the broadcast. We're looking at it as like the damage done seems to be what's scoring the highest tonight.
Yeah, well, even in the late second, we got a wrist ride in the mount, but it's okay. That was a great fight from both guys, and that was a great experience.
We heard you in the third round yelling at Joe to let's go, push it. But that's why the voice sounds a little shot there for Alex. But yeah, even in the previous fight before that, damage was weighed heavier than control.
We saw back in the female strawweight fight that Sandy was wearing a lot of the fight, a lot of the damage on her face, and I believe that's what may have been able to give Ari the decision in that one as well. But nonetheless, here we are. Arlton back in on another takedown, looking to keep that pressure going just as he did in the first round.
He went overhand right into a double leg. I mean, this is a decent. We'll see how the lower body plays out, but
Xavier does.
Got the neck.
Yeah, he does have the neck, and it seems to be getting. Yeah, got his hands together as well. Arlton is addressing it, so it seems to be a slight threat. Looks like Arlton kind of got maybe a little dazed there for a second. Maybe he may have dropped himself out of that, and now he's back in the fight. Very unique situation there. It looked like Arlton may have slightly been dazed from the squeeze, or it's just that demeanor we talked about in him where he's constantly going. But that was
he really stretched his neck out to escape on that one.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting little situation there.
We'll see if he can regroup for the second half of this round. Halfway through, coming up here.
And you would kind of look at it and see, like, the moments after that situation, he seemed a little kind of out of it. Now he's back in the fight. That's very interesting. I'd love to see a replay of that after this round if we do make it out of it.
Taking
They're just
turns.
staying on that neck.
Yeah, with the back on the cage.
You see Xavier now connecting his hands, looking for a double of his own.
That goes for the lift. Successful getting him down. Can he keep him there? We know Alton's not going to stay there long. Alton gets the turn. Xavier back on the cage, looking for an outside trip. Not quite there. Gets it this time. Ends up in the side control here off the takedown. Look to get into the spiral ride position and maybe start taking the back. One hook in. Can he get the other hook in?
Big punches, yeah. That's what makes Arlton so good. If he is on the ground and he has an opening to throw some of those punches, he will throw them, and he throws them hard.
Going for the takedown again. Gets it as well. Steps over to a half.
He's hitting an outside trip from like an over-under. It's really good.
10 seconds left in the round. Audrey on top, looking to land some ground and pound to finish the round out. Jumps into a big right hand there.
It's like into a triangle, but he knew the round was over.
He knew the round right at the end.
Superman ground punch. That's
right into a triangle. Yeah. Towards hey, when you hear that 10 seconds, clap, 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 you could pretty much just go for it all.
You might as well.
You're not. Hopefully, you won't get tapped in 10 seconds. It could happen, but it's worth going for it, especially at the very end of a fight. I know you, sir, at the end of the fight when you hear the 10 seconds, you're not afraid to throw some hammers out there and try to finish it.
Time to throw down, absolutely.
Yes, sir. That's the okay, go bell.
See our round 2 replays, our highlights.
Fury Amateur Series main event coming up next. Don't forget, it's a doubleheader. We're going live with the main card, Fury Challenger Series 2.
Good work up against the cage from Xavier Key for a while, and then Arlton Audrey. A beautiful trip.
Yeah, he was pretty successful with those. He hit that a few times to get the takedown. There you see at the very end of the round there.
And he is a strong 155er, is Arlton Audrey. The Maniac, Arlton Audrey. I'm giving you the nickname, Arlton, if you're watching it on replay.
You have been deemed the Maniac.
It's your choice if you want to accept
right?
it. Right, Alex, that's the rule. You can't give yourself the nickname. Somebody else has to give it to you.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
And, I mean, that's such a fitting one for him. You see him getting the takedown here in the top position. Xavier, feet on the hips, looking to try to maybe get some sort of guard attack working. Arlton driving him. You see him slide him across the mat. Eventually we'll try to get that head into the cage over there.
The pace slowing down just a little bit to start round 3. Round 1 was a beautiful pace. Now Xavier trying to implement his ground game plan a little bit.
Big punches from Arlton here. He's got Xavier covering up.
I mean, these are powerful shots, too.
Oh.
Heavy strikes.
Man,
yeah,
he
just
is unloading. Is this going to be enough for Arlton Audrey just going in a circular motion? Oh, man.
Yeah, Xavier not looking like he's even attempting to get out of this position either.
Such a grueling pace. I mean, for both guys. But Arlton's used to it.
Yeah, you're a little more motivated when you're on top laying the hammers down than when you're on the bottom receiving them.
Man, that is enough.
Yeah.
Professor Joe Solis says there's no defense being
That's
made.
it.
Arlton Audrey gets the win. It may be the last time we see him here as an amateur.
Yes,
what a way to go out if that
Yes,
is
sir.
it for him in his amateur career. The Maniac continues.
Yeah, picking up his 5th victory here tonight. That's going to give him 6 fights overall as an amateur. It's about time to go ahead and make that jump, hit the springboard just like he has tonight, and dive deep into the professional ranks now.
Has won the 155 title already. He looks pro ready. I don't know if he's going to make that decision, but just as a fan, he looks ready.
Ultimately it's up to him, his camp. They'll go back, sit down, look at the film, assess things, and see what they think he may need to progress and work on before he's ready for that next level. But he's got enough experience so far to be able to make that jump.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Joe Solis calls for a stop to the action. 2 minutes, 9 seconds into the 3rd and final round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Arlton Audrey.
All right, one more fight left, gentlemen, on our Fury Amateur Series 41 undercard broadcast. And we have a title on the line as Lee Charles takes on Jake Christensen. Let's get this thing going.
Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Lee Charles.
When it get
Lee Charles, 5th time inside the Fury Amateur cage. Went 3-0 in 2022. Also the 185 champ as well. Moving down in weight for this one. Something we've talked about for the amateurs to figure out what weight you're going to be fighting at as a pro.
Yeah, looks like he's not got a problem making 170, and he's also 185, probably close to his walk-around weight. Doesn't have to cut too much weight for that. But looking to pick up a title here to be a double champion, that would be incredible.
Alex, you've talked about Lee has such heavy hands, crisp, heavy hands. He can end a fight anytime.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how he does at this weight. You know, they said that they had to be like on their P's and Q's. They made the weight. He looks great. He says he feels great. I can't wait to see him fight.
Please welcome to the red corner, Jake Christensen.
Jake Christensen, 3-0 record, 2nd time fighting for us here at Fury Amateurs. Debuted in 2021, all fights have been finishes, went 2-0 in 2022. Has won a belt in another promotion as well, so has that experience. In his last fight, won it in 30 seconds.
Nice.
Competes at grappling events. It's very, very comfortable on the ground.
Yeah, this is a classic striker versus grappler matchup.
Yeah, styles make fights.
Final checkup here for Jake Christensen. Fighting out of High Tech MMA. We see our tail of the tape for this welterweight amateur title bout. The 30-year-old Lee Charles has the reach advantage. Jake Christensen with the 1-inch height advantage. Both fighters did make weight. Let's get our championship introductions. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by OnlyFans, is scheduled for 5 rounds. It is your Fury Amateur Series 41 main event for the Fury Amateur Series Welterweight Championship. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6 feet tall, he weighed in officially at 169 pounds. Fighting out of the War Training Center in Houston, Texas, he holds a perfect amateur record of 4 wins, no losses. It is your Fury Amateur Series middleweight champion. This is no refunds, Lee Charles. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed in at 169.2 pounds. Representing High Tech MMA and fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, he too holds a perfect amateur record of 3 wins, no losses. This is A-Range, Jake Christensen. And now referee checks threshold with your final championship instructions.
Jeff Rexroad, the pro, the final
Yes,
championship instructions. Takes full advantage of his mic time, does Rexroad.
Very crisp.
Oh, Christensen comes out.
Comes out hot.
This is not a 5-round pace.
A lot of big wind-up, a lot of big load there from Jake. Lee obviously seeing all this coming.
Christensen's kind of switching his stance. His hands are pretty low. I mean, that works great until it doesn't. I mean, all he has to do is land one big shot.
That's it.
But Christensen's, he's keeping it really unorthodox.
Cody, you brought up a good point. Like Lee, Probably knew that he was going to come out guns ablaze.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just kind of waiting.
He's just chill. Yeah, he sees everything in front of him. He's just looking to get the timing down. It's a really unorthodox approach from Christensen. He's throwing a lot left, right, head fakes, a lot of footwork, but none of it really sets a whole lot up. Like Alex was saying, it works until it doesn't, right? And Lee's seeing everything, calm, cool, collected. It's only a matter of time before he starts. He's calculating right now. Like Anderson Silva back in the day used to kind of let people work most of the first round, calculate, make little mental notes and adjustments to read you. And then as the fight progresses, he'll start looking to get his game going. Seems to be what Charles is doing here.
Decent side kick there from Christensen. He landed a high kick really well earlier, but Charles stuck him with the jab. That kind of broke up the exchange.
See, Charles did a very good thing I like right there. Whenever a fighter stands in his regular position, it seems to be the orthodox position right here for Lee. As Christensen steps in, he changes. Instead of switching, he just changes into the opposite stance. It means he's got a very good ability to strike from both postures. Good tool to have. That way you're always ready to go from any stance. Fighters like Israel Adesanya at the highest level are very good at that technique, switch stance striking when fighters are coming into you.
1 minute left, round one. We'll see if Lee Charles has gotten that timing down, that range down, and see if he can implement a flurry here to end the round.
See him marching forward a little bit more, looking to kind of set the tone, maybe start pawing some punches out there. But a lot of reads happening right now. But it doesn't look like a whole lot to the average person just looking, but there's a lot being calculated by both fighters here.
Good right hand, yeah.
Yes,
Christensen threw that kick punch. Oh, big right hand there from Lee. Oh, back fist there from Christensen. He's got Lee hurt.
Oh, Christensen with a knee.
Lee Charles eats it. He's still got his back on the cage. That was a tricky back fist.
Yeah, I definitely felt it a little bit. Christensen really going to the well with the liver kick, with the body kicks. Those may pay off later in the later rounds.
Man, what an end of the round for Jake Christensen.
Yeah, Christensen threw a pretty slick little liver kick inside there, too. It looked like it was coming up the middle like a front kick, and then he flicked it over to the side to get to that liver. Very, very technical kick that I admire a lot.
See our round one highlights.
I mean, a lot of those shots landed really flush, and Lee absorbed them really well. And man, Christensen's got a very tricky style. Like, I still haven't caught a cadence to his movement and his strike attempts.
And you can see he has a pretty, expansive repertoire of tools. He's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, level change, footwork, head movement, and then some really unorthodox striking mixed in there. It's hard to get a read off of, which may be why Charles is admiring so much of his movement to try to figure him out. Christensen showing some very good striking at the end of that round as well. See if he can pick that back up in the second.
Had Lee Charles stunned there to end the round with that beautiful flurry, no glove touch.
Ooh.
Oh, big high kick. The shin just kind of domed Lee
straight left, right behind it.
Lee's got to control the ankle. He's using his legs for range.
He's trying to climb his way out of this. Looks like he's going to get his, almost there. Looks like he's going to get his back taken, but Christensen decided to bring it back. Let's strike some more.
Ooh, this is a palm to palm.
Got
this
the
is
ninja
deep.
choke.
Oh, it's a tap.
Yep.
That is a tap. We have ourselves a champion. Jake Christensen captures the Fury FC amateur welterweight title.
Man,
with a round two tap.
That's a well-earned championship.
Yep.
Lee Charles has quite the resume on him.
Yeah.
I mean, Christensen brought it. Impressive win.
He talked about the expansive repertoire. There he goes. I mean, from the technical striking right into the front ninja choke. I mean, it was really show a very good balance of both right there. Situational awareness, the head was in the center of the chest. He was able to lock the hands together, kind of John Jones, Lyoto Machida style, pressing the hand into the other side of the throat and got the tap.
man. Even that high kick, he like ran like a Jose Aldo low kick, but then just chunked it up high. And Lee's hands were up.
Yeah, he clipped the top of the
He
head.
just threw the kick so high, his shin just hit him right in the top of the head. Crazy.
Man, beautiful tap. Let's make this official and crown a champion.
Impressive work.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 29 seconds into round number 2. Declare your winner by tap out due to guillotine and your new Fury Amateur Series welterweight champion, A-Range Jake Christensen.
Man, what a way to get us going here in Houston, Texas at Imagine Venues. Congratulations to all of the winners at Fury Amateur Series 41. We had a ton of finishes, a new champion, and we're going to get things going at 5 o'clock on the UFC Fight Pass. Back to 4:30. We are back to 4:30 on the UFC Fight Pass Facebook and YouTube pages for Fury Challenger Series 2. For our entire team here, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in a little bit.
Off the presses, Fury Challenger Series t-shirts available at the Fury FC merchandise stand. Be sure to visit our good friends with Logan Pistols as well. Lock, low, shoot for your dreams.